It's my distinct pleasure to welcome you all here to Blogging While Brown on behalf of Comcast.
I personally am Comcast's chief blogger. And for us, it's great to be a part of this because, the social web means so much to us as a business. And it's also a great and rich opportunity to learn things from online communities.
I had a blog and I was writing and I knew it was very popular. But I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with it. My readers are the ones who kept saying, like, you should write a book, you should write a book, you should write a book. So eventually I was like, oh, I guess I should write a book.
Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be a book author for different reasons. As a blogger, what's the benefit of having a book?
I know I get more panels now. Like, oh, I'm an author. She's an author, and her book is on Amazon. It makes you look a little better in writing. If you think about it, when you're growing up, a lot of people do have that dream of having a book out there. Because I had that dream. I never would have thought it would have happened. But everyone has that dream, but they don't want to put in that work. And I think with Blogging While Brown, it breaks it down that you can actually implement those goals and actually accomplish that dream.
Make sure that you write regularly, that you write frequently. We are looking at influence within a given topic. So it's not just a matter of what is your influence at large, but what is your influence on a specific topic? Are you a deals blogger, a fashion blogger, a relationship blogger, a food blogger? What is your niche? And then within that niche, what is your topic?
This is the future of multiculturalism in terms of journalism, how we get our stories out, because general market could really care less. If I'm pitching the New York Times some type of story, and I love the New York Times, but they just don't get it as quickly as a multicultural journalist or a multicultural blogger now would. Sometimes the stories just can't wait, for someone to take weeks and weeks to get it. Sometimes we need to get that news out immediately.
When we started, like I said, in 2006, there really were no blogs. There's no such thing as a blogger, right? So when we were trying to find people, we were like, well, who do we get? Like, do we hire like a next Vibe writer, or do we hire someone that worked in news? Like, what do you do? And eventually we just said, screw all of that. We don't care what background you have. The one thing you have to love Black culture. If you don't do that, then you don't understand it. And so that was something that consciously I was thinking about. I was like, well, we got to try and figure out something that some big company can't just come over and say, well, we're just going to recreate it in two steps. We're just going to hire these 15 people and we're going to make something like Media Takeout, right? And they've tried. I mean, there are companies that spent hundreds of millions of dollars trying to recreate what we did, and they can't.
I really like the conference. I think that it's really well put together. I think that they had a ton of really great speakers on this in the panel. I think that a lot of times bloggers don't really understand what they're doing, right? Because you kind of come in there, you start up a blog, and you don't really know where you're going with it. And so I think it's interesting, and it's good for them to speak to bloggers that have been in this and doing this for a lot longer than them, been a little bit more successful than them, just to kind of give them some tips and pointers on how to navigate the blogger field.
I think you have to be passionate about your brand and what you do. I think people are attracted to passion, and that shows in every way, shape, and form. Whether you're talking about your blog and trying to sell it to an advertiser, whether it's how you present your blog, when you're stories that you post, and topics that you cover, I think your passion shows through. And so whatever you're doing, make sure you're passionate about it, and the rest will follow.
I think the Blogging While Brown conference has been very well put together. It's been intimate and well organized, but still classy and still fun. Sometimes you go to conferences and they feel thrown together, and they might make you feel jostled because there are too many people, there aren't enough chairs, maybe the setting isn't the best, but I feel like everything's been great. This is my first time going. I've learned a great deal. I feel really passionately that this is a great place for people to come, to meet people, to get ideas, to remain inspired, and that I just hope that Black media in general continues to grow, and that Black media continues to see the Black blogosphere as an important resource, and that the freedom and that the ideas that come from it provide value to the Black community at large, but also to Black media outlets that are very big but may not yet recognize the power of Black blogs.
Blogging really is a new media. It's completely different from print. And for a TV person, right, it really is different. TV is TV, it's its own thing. Radio is its own thing. Radio is very vocal. You want people to talk a lot. TV is very visual. Blogs are a little bit of both, right? It's a lot of photos, it's video, it's snarkiness, so it really is a completely different skill set from all these other places.
You know, back then it was all about just Mad Men advertising and radio and newspaper and TV, but the game has changed. People are going online to get all types of information, especially blogs. But we can't forget that in our society, we still have an older generation that are still can be influenced by older mediums. So we work together, whether it's online, TV, radio, it all goes into the marketing mix. Even though right now our population is focused on digital and social media, we have to play nice in the sandbox. We have to think about why are we better than them and think how can we work together? How can digital and social media support TV and TV support us?